So let's jump in. And again, just by way of introduction, these ladies have all just done some incredible things in their business. But just by quick introduction, let's just share how you came into the coaching business. How did you come to be here? So let's just kind of go from Molly and then Moira and Ruth.
Sure. So as Jeff said, I've been coaching just over 2 years. And I started coaching primarily because I fell in love with accountability groups. I was working in corporate finance at the time, and I had a really good career, and I could see my future with that career, and it was really good. I'm married to my husband Steve, and financially we were secure. So this isn't an opportunity that I needed, but it's an opportunity that I wanted. And I knew the coaching behaviors just made me feel really fulfilled. So that's what got me started.
Thanks. Moira.
Gosh, our stories couldn't be more opposite. I mean, sitting here today, looking back on just 2 years ago, my life has changed just in every single way. And so 2 years ago, I had opened up, or I guess I should say 3 years ago, I had opened up a cold pressed juice company because I had always had this passion to help people in their lives and to, bring health into the community and to create change. And as glamorous as that looks like on the outside, to own your own cold pressed juice company, if you've ever owned your own business, it owns you, and I was a mom of 2 littles, and I was working an obscene amount of hours, and I was, the marketing department, the branding, the boots on the ground, the investors, just your everything. So your coach relations, don't ever complain about coach relations. Because you have to do it all. And ironically, I was at my unhealthiest. That business had just run me into the ground. It had run my marriage into the ground. I hadn't been at a school play or a class party in over a year. My friendships were broken. My relationships were just broken. And I love to point this out that during this time I had been a challenger. And I was the world's worst challenger. So don't give up on anybody. I never showed up, I never boasted, I would not sign up for a discount because I wasn't getting involved in that pyramid scheme. And she kept asking me about coaching. And I finally said yes, because something told me inside me that I wasn't going to be able to show up for myself until I showed up for other people. And so I stepped into it truly to be put back together again.
Great. And just for the record, both Moira and Molly have been with Beachbody for about 2 years. Ruth, about 3 years ago, I think we just celebrated your 3-year anniversary, but how did you happen to run into Beachbody, if you will?
Yes, especially sitting here, so if you're sitting out there and wondering, this moment was never on my radar, especially 3 years ago, because I was a completely different person. I think you would look at my life 3 years ago, my husband and I, and you would see our situation, you think that we had it all figured out, all put together. I had a master's degree in instructional design, so online training, and he's a veterinarian. He was going through a residency for surgery at that time. So outside looking in, we had it figured out, right? The American dream. But the dream was more of a nightmare, because underneath those advanced degrees, we had $250,000 of student loan debt. And it was crushing our marriage. When I thought about being a stay-at-home mom in the future and bringing children into our family, it terrified me. It really terrified me. And so I was looking for part-time jobs and things like that on the side, and I definitely wasn't looking for this, though. But what was happening on top of this is I was also going to my career. I really wanted to move forward in my career, but kept hitting dead ends. And I'd come home every night and say, is this really it? Like, I did the whole master's thing. This is all there is. I'm unfulfilled. And the trifecta, triple threat here, kind of running my life into the ground, is my breaking point was when I laid in bed one night and I was talking to Ben and I was crying because I felt ugly and I felt insecure. I didn't like what I looked like in the mirror anymore. And so the next day I Googled T25, 21-day fix, and thank God that he put my coach in my life, Jessica.
There was somebody that had T25 and was looking like this and never responded to that, right? Joking, kidding, right there. Jalene's left from behind the stage, so I'm safe right now. Okay, Janelle, don't you dare tell her, okay? No, it's part of secrecy. Okay, so let's jump in and get a little bit more tactical on this, and just from a relatability standpoint, everyone has that kind of starting point. If there was a tipping point where you started to get traction in the business, thinking maybe these coaches are new, maybe these coaches are at that beginning point, what did you do in order to get traction?
I think one of the critical points in my first year is when I let my guard down. And I am a chronic people pleaser, so that was very hard for me to do. But sharing. This is a business of sharing, right? We've heard that throughout the last couple days. But when I started to share more than just a sweaty selfie or a Shakeology photo, and I really started to share my transformation, not just physical, I didn't really have a big physical transformation, but emotional, and talking about how I've overcome certain things through pushing play every day and completing these programs start to finish. That's really when I saw my audience gain trust and credibility in me. So just one more tactical example of something vulnerable that I shared with my audience. I battled an eating disorder in college, and for a long time I never shared anything about it because that's so hard to share. But I started sharing bits and pieces about how these programs and this awesome community and these challenge groups